Good morning. This is Bonita Sussman. I'm Vice President of Kulanu, and I have some wonderful guests in my home today. They're from Quito, Ecuador. It's a Kulanu community that we've been working with for some time, and they're in New York for a short visit. So tell us what your name is.
My name is Hillel Batioja.
What's your name?
¿Cuál es su nombre, amor? Es Débora Batioja.
And what's your name?
Levi Shmuel.
Levi Shmuel.
Levi Shmuel. And I hear you just had an Utsharon and had your first haircut. Oh, you're so handsome. And what's your name? Chaviva. Well, welcome to New York and thank you. Okay, now we're going to take a little bit of an interview. Okay, so I'm very lucky because Hillel speaks a wonderful English. My Spanish is a little not so good. So tell us something about how you got into Judaism.
Well, when I was a kid, I was in the Catholic school, but I was not allowed by my mom to see my grandparents. Yeah, and but when I was in that school, I always felt that something was not right For me, something was not right. So I quit the Catholic school, and I didn't follow the regular rules that they have. So I didn't go to church and everything. But my mom always supported me because she always said, "You're very smart. If you feel something, you have to study. You have to prove to me that that's not right." So for me, for demonstrate that Catholicism is not right was really easy. Then I quit church and I started looking for my truth, for that truth. So I started looking for some other religions. Then when my grandma died, I remember that there were not crosses in anything. And one person, I remember, that said, "What you're doing here is not right." I said, "Why?" That your grandma was Jewish. And I said, "Why?" I remember that when I was a kid, that my mom doesn't allow me to go to see my grandpa. They said that they were racist because my dad, he's white, my mom is more black. But she always said, "No, you're not allowed to go to see your grandpa because they are very racist. They don't want you. They don't love you. They are very racist." It was really difficult for me to marry with your dad, so you don't have to speak with your grandparents. So I never had that company with my grandparents, and then when my grandma died and they said that to me, I started looking for Judaism. So I started studying, and I was I think I was maybe 21. I started thinking about my last name because no one had that last name.
What's the last name?
Batioja is Batioga.
And what does it mean?
It means in Spanish or in English means the daughter of Yohanan.
Ah.
Yeah, and I said, "What?" So I was.
This is your father's mother.
Yeah. I was shocked. Even my grandma from the side of my mother, she's Betancourt.
Oh, Betancourt.
Yeah, it's a Jewish name from Colombia too, and I was shocked, literally shocked. And my grandpa, his last name was Batioja, and my grandma was Mejia. It means Moshiach in Jewish. It's Jewish name. So I was shocked. So I started looking for information, and I contacted one person in Israel. I remember his name is Ilan Kafri. He said, "You have to start studying." And I remember that he referred me to Chabad. You have to look for Chabad there in Israel. Then I went to a rabbi in Chabad, and it's Rabbi Tomer Rotem. And at first he said, your parents can be Jewish, but or your grandparents, but you're not Jewish, so you have to you just be a B'nai Anousim, and that will be fine. But that didn't fill me because I started to learn by my own account, and I study in the websites of Chabad. So I was studying for my account because I like to learn. I really love have passion for learning, and then I start just keeping Shabbat in my way and everything. Start learning, being more orthodox, and then I remember that I need somewhere, some place to go, because Judaism is not to be just outside. You have to be in the tribe.
Okay.
So I started looking for communities in Ecuador, and then I found a community of the Joseph Franco, the community that Kulanu is working with.
This is B'nai Noah. This is sorry, not B'nai Noah. This is
B'nai Anousim.
a B'nai Anousim community.
Yeah, they're B'nai
right?
Anousim community.
Young people.
Yes, young
who
people.
claim descendancy from the
Jewish.
children of
Yeah.
the Inquisition.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes, and they're
Yeah.
all. They have a Shabbat service.
Yes,
and
they have
everything.
services.
And you found them.
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah, I
yes.
found them, and we start. I start changing some things in the community because they have other kind of services. But then I said, "Oh, you say I was the only one." I remember that time that I have a siddur, because they have copies of something I don't remember. But I have my siddur and I have my talit gadol. They have another kind of talitot, and they say, no, we have to change that. So we started making some changes. Some changes. At the end, they didn't like the Chabad custom. So after some years, I have my family and we quit. So I returned to the rabbi Tomer, and I said, it's been years, and I proved to him with
What you've
birth
done.
certificates that I showed my grandparents' last name and everything. They came.
What does your father remember about your grandparents,
Um,
his parents?
My dad, he has Parkinson right now, so the only thing that he remembers is that if for September, October, my grandparents, they went outside the city and they stayed in the country in a, I don't know how to say, it's a little house for 1 week, 2 weeks, I don't remember. And I remember that we never mixed, for example, the milk and the meat, something like that. But I was when I was a kid, I was thinking, they said that my grandparents, they were crazy. My mom said that because they would go to the country for 1 week, they didn't do anything. I said, why? But when I start learning, I learned about Sukkot, that you are supposed, just for those months, you have to go to live in a, I don't know what's the name.
A little hut.
A little hut, yeah.
Yes.
So I said, oh, that's what they do that. Oh, but it was shock. I think that for me, for Judaism, was love at first sight, because when I started learning, it became
Just
part of
spoke
me.
to you.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's
So what does your mother say about this?
Oh, I'm the only one son of my parents. We were 3 brothers, 2 died.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm the only one. But when my I said my mom that I wanted to learn Judaism. He said that no, that was not fine. That the Jews were this, that. She spoke a lot of bad things about Judaism. And the end, my mother said, if you start learning and you convert and everything, and you get married and you live a Jewish life, you gotta be I don't know, said cut when your parents work, they give you everything that they have.
Oh, you're going to be cut off.
Cut off. So my mother said cut off.
Financially
And everything. My mother has some businesses and houses in the country, so I never worked. I never needed to work, because I always have the renting of the apartments and everything. But when my mom, they cut every.
They cut you off.
Yeah. He said you have to go out of my house. I leave my house. I didn't have even some place to rest. Nothing. Not a penny. Even a place to rest, I didn't have.
Yeah.
It was really hard times. I was single. For me, it was kind of easy at first, but it was really shocking for me in my heart. So I started. They when they adopted a girl. They give the name and everything. They move it from me to that girl. So.
So they don't know the grandchildren.
Once my mom knew my sons, my kids. Once I have to take it to the airport because they weren't going to Argentina. So I was driving. I said, okay, we have to go here and then here, because they don't know. They are old now. So I went to my place and I showed the kids. Yeah, but they didn't know. So they thought that I was driving to the airport. So I went to my place and I
Showed them the
yeah,
kids.
showed the kids. But I thought that maybe my mom was gonna say, "Oh, my grandson and granddaughter, but
That's an unbelievable
it
story,
didn't work.
and there are stories like this where the families reject the people. I've heard that kind of story all over the world, and one of the big questions that these communities that I work with, say in Africa and in India, one of the questions they ask the rabbis is, how do we treat our families who are rejecting us? Okay, it's very common for people to think, well, you're joining a cult, this is witchcraft, this is bad luck to the family.
Yeah.
Like, why do you want to do something so crazy, right? This is very common, you should know. For B'nai Anousim and others who want to come back to the Jewish people. Okay?
Yeah, it's a very hard path, but it's worth it. For me, it's worth it. Now, when I was with not even a penny, I started work for AT&T USA. So I growth economically. Now I have my family. Now I'm not working with AT&T anymore, but it's fine. But at least at first, when I needed more money. Hashem gave me money. I can see. How he can
The pattern of Hashem in your life.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
So what are your plans for the future?
My plans for the future is to live in a Jewish community because there in Ecuador we have a Jewish community with kids and school and cemetery, for example. There is a cemetery of the conservative community, but I want to move to a place where I can live my Judaism and that my kids can learn it.
Right,
Yeah.
and so I know
Yeah.
you were talking that your dream would be to move to Philadelphia.
Yeah.
To the Kollel there,
Yeah,
and you
yeah,
had
yeah.
visited. Look at your
Yeah.
face. That you would like to, right, move to the community there.
Yeah, I was in Philadelphia. I traveled to Philadelphia in February, and they accepted me very well. Very nice people. I found a mom and a dad. It's amazing. It's amazing. If I could tell you how I know him, how I met him. Oh, it's like my new mom said. It's a miracle.
Oh,
It's a miracle because when we always remember how we met, she said, no, it's a miracle. It's a miracle. So, yeah.
So I have another question, and we'll close with this one. How did Kulanu and Daniel? What did he do for Quito?
Oh, it was unbelievable. Daniel opened a lot of options for the community that we were for the community and that we assisted. Yeah, because we start having relationships with Kulanu, and we start learning Hebrew in a more other way. Yeah, I remember that Kulanu sent Sefarim, sent Sidurim, and all the people start having their Sidurim and start learning in a more other way. Yeah, for example, thanks to Kulanu, a Hebrew teacher went to the community and everyone started learning Hebrew in a more other way. Because everyone was learning, looking for pages in the internet and everything, but not an order. When Kulanu sent our teachers, her name is Ilana Gerson. He went to the community. She made a plan, and we started learning Hebrew in a more ordered way. Wow! But thanks to Kulanu, the community grow a lot. And after that, thanks to Kulanu, the community start knowing more rabbis.
Coming. So we've connected you better.
Yeah.
Well, that's a big deal.
Yeah.
So I'm going to end, and I want to say I'm sorry I didn't have Challah Yisrael for your coffee this morning. And we should have bought it yesterday in Brooklyn. Your wife's new shaitel looks very beautiful.
Thanks a lot for
she
that.
looks
Thanks
like a bride.
Thanks a lot.
And okay, call to wishing you the best. And I know today you're going to 770 Eastern Parkway to see Chabad, and you'll be taken to the Jewish Children's Museum right nearby.
Yeah, thank you. Thanks a lot, Kulanu,
It was
for
my
everything.
pleasure.